What's up YouTube, it's your boy Nash here, welcome back to the channel. Now before we get into today's video, we are 2 subs away from 200. All we need are two people to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell, and we will have finally hit 200 subs. I know we can do it. Excuse me. I know we can do it, you guys. 200 subs before the summer comes to a close. Actually, you know what? Maybe even it'll happen by the end of this week. Who knows? But the moment we do get to 200 subs, I will open up this Korean Strike of Neos booster box in its entirety on the channel, on the hopes to potentially pull this guy, Elemental Hero Air Neos, the so-called forbidden Yu-Gi-Oh card. Is it really forbidden? I'll let you guys be the judge of that. Now, if this channel gets to 500 subs, I will open up this Korean LOB booster box in its entirety on the channel that I got from my partners over at Collector Store. So be sure to check them out. Link and address will be in the description below. By checking them out, not only does it support them, it also supports the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. On the hopes to potentially pull a Blue Eyes White Dragon, a Dark Magician, a Red Eyes Black Dragon, a piece of Exodia, Monster Reborn, Pot of Greed. The possibilities are out there. However, if this channel gets to 1,000 subs, I will open up this first edition Toon Chaos box in its entirety on the channel that I also got from my partners at Collector Store, on the hopes to potentially pull my second ever collector's rare, and it wouldn't be the first time, because I also pulled this from my Genesis Impact box opening, which if you guys haven't checked out, I definitely recommend you guys check it out. But I pulled this, a collector's rare Beat Cop from the Underworld. It is absolutely beautiful. Judging by the centering, I'm actually looking to get it graded, and it might come back as a 10. It might just come back as a 10. So if you guys want to see those boxes get opened, maybe you guys want more episodes of WWE's Biggest Issue, maybe you guys want more episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue. Deck profiles, card discussions, WWE topic videos, or maybe, just maybe, you guys want some premium live event predictions and results. Well, if you guys want all of that and more, my channel is the place to be. So if you guys are new to the channel, and I know that a lot of you guys are, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and follow me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. Guys, 2 subs away. I know we can do it, but I want you guys to post in the comments below, answering the question of the day, which ties into today's video, which is this: Should Nia Jax return to WWE, or should she remain gone from WWE? Because in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the possible return of arguably one of the most controversial individuals that we have in all of WWE, in the women's division, Nia Jax. Yeah, we haven't seen her since this past January at the Royal Rumble, when she made her return for one night only. And apparently her name has been mentioned all throughout WWE as someone who could potentially be coming back to the promotion. Now, Mike Johnson of PW Insider, big shout out, no copyrights as always, as I move my chair. There we go. He stated, he reported that from within WWE, there's been rumblings, some rumors, if you will, that Nia Jax might be going back to WWE, and these rumblings have happened over the last like couple weeks, like maybe the last week or so, the last like couple weeks or so, and apparently there was no word on whether or not she would be backstage on Raw. On Raw just a few weeks ago, actually. And as I had mentioned, the last time we saw her was back in January at the Royal Rumble, which this was her only pro wrestling match since she got released by WWE in November of 2021. This was right around the time that Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler had lost the women's tag team titles and kept losing, and yeah, she got released right after that. And if you guys don't know, she was probably one of the most pushed superstars that we had in WWE, and she was strongly pushed during her time in WWE, becoming the Raw Women's Champion for 70 days, 2 months before losing the title to Alexa Bliss, becoming a 2-time Women's Tag Team Champion alongside Shayna Baszler, and what's crazy is that both of her reigns, both as the Raw Women's Champion and the Women's Tag Team Champions, stood amongst the longest in their titles history, which is unheard of. And what I find interesting as well is that Nia's run as Raw Women's Champion, she threw down the gauntlet. She not only did she throw down the gauntlet, excuse me. She became a very dominant Raw Women's Champion, but she didn't go after the title once she lost the title to none other than Alexa Bliss via the Money in the Bank briefcase. And prior to this past year's Royal Rumble, her last match in WWE was actually a loss to Shayna Baszler on Raw on September 20th, 2021. Here's the thing. Here's what I find interesting. Aside from becoming Raw Women's Champion, aside from her becoming a 2-time Women's Tag Team Champion, Nia Jax had become arguably one of the most dangerous women we had in WWE. I would probably say a lot more dangerous than Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler, and Michelle McCool combined. And that's saying a lot. Because Michelle McCool, she's a multi-time champion. Ronda Rousey, a multi-time champion as well. Shayna Baszler, the second or actually rather, or rather, the yeah, the third longest reigning NXT Women's Champion of all time, where I think Mandy Rose, her run was at 472, I think, somewhere around there. Asuka's run is unheard of. 523 days as NXT Women's Champion. That's saying a lot. Almost 2 years. Almost 2 years as champion. Never thought that would ever come to pass. So again, that's saying a lot, given those accolades. But Nia Jax, but Jax, when she got called up to the main roster during the 2016 draft, she basically dominated the entire women's division. And her first WrestleMania match was, ironically enough, WrestleMania 33 in Orlando, where it was her, Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Charlotte Flair in a fatal four-way elimination for the Raw Women's title, which Bayley retained her title. Yeah, she did. She retained her title. And what I find interesting as well is that WrestleMania 34, she became the Raw Women's Champion. WrestleMania 35, I believe it was her and Tamina. They were trying to become the Women's Tag Team Champions, which they did not. WrestleMania 36. Hang on, guys. Sorry, guys. Had to get out my book. But if I remember correctly, 36. She didn't even compete. She didn't even compete at WrestleMania that year. Did she? Let's see. Yes, I got the book out, guys. Let's see. Brock Lesnar and Drew McIntyre, Edge and Orton, Ripley and Flair, Lynch and Baszler, Goldberg and Strowman, Undertaker and AJ Styles, Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens. Yeah, no, she literally did not compete at WrestleMania 36. WrestleMania 37, she competed, but I think that time, her and Shayna Baszler were the Women's Tag Team Champions at that time. So I find that very... So it's obviously it's interesting, you know, that Nia Jax is able to have that many WrestleManias in such a short amount of time. And honestly, I wouldn't move past it if she did come back to WWE, because of the fact that prior to her release from WWE that night, back in November of 2021, prior to that, she became one of the most controversial women in WWE. Not only having again as I had just talked about, not only becoming Raw Women's Champion, but becoming a two-time Women's Tag Team Champion. The bullshit that she was able to pull in WWE has gotten her suspended more times than I give a fuck to count. And if you guys do not know what I'm talking about, there was a match that she was in, I believe against either Asuka or Kairi Sane, one or the other. And she pushed a referee, and that not only did that get her disqualified, but it also got her suspended and fined from the rumors that I had heard at that time. She was fined literally 400, almost $500,000, which, that's, yeah, that's, I don't even know what to say about that, honestly, but I'll say this. In spite of all the botches and how much she hates the roster, she's just like all of us. A huge WWE fan, and she wants to... I know she wants to come back. But as far as if or when, she actually went to she actually told Wrestle Binge, big shout out, no copyrights. She said that she's, quote, just hanging out and waiting to see what might happen. And she did a cameo again, as I had talked about. She did a cameo appearance in the 2023 women's Royal Rumble match, but it never led to a full-time comeback, which some people, myself included, actually predicted at that time. Which, again, we knew it was never gonna be a full-time comeback. But she even also said that she's been enjoying her downtime away from the pro wrestling spotlight, and likes being back home with family too. Even so, she's been currently training with WWE Hall of Famer Devon Dudley, and headed over to Natalia's place, and did a little bit of training with both her and her husband TJ Wilson, or Tyson Kidd if you guys remember. And it's kind of weird, right? You know, again, her accomplishments, the botches that she's done. She's a very very controversial woman. But I will say this: no matter what she does next, I have no doubt in my mind that at some point we will see her in WWE. I don't really know if we're gonna see her get signed this year, or if she's gonna be signed after WrestleMania next year when it takes place in Philly. Who knows? Honestly, there's really no telling what could happen next. But excuse me. But the way I see it, she basically says I don't have the answer. So I think we can assume that we shouldn't rule it out, but only time will tell. I'll say this to close out this video. I'll say this: no matter what Nia Jax does, her fans are going to support her no matter what. That's all I'm gonna say. Which once again brings me back to the question of the day: should Nia Jax go back to WWE, or should she stay away from WWE? Let me know down in the comments below, and that'll do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more WWE topic videos in the future, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and follow me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.